Hello, welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be knitting the Wilde Cardigan by LilyKateMakes. I am so excited to cast on this cardigan. As soon as I saw it on my Instagram feed, I knew I had to make it, and I already had some yarn in my stash from another project I was going to make, but I've decided I think I'd prefer to use it for this one. It is the Cascade 220 in the colour brown, and I think it's just going to be the perfect colour for this cardigan. So I did my gauge swatch on 5mm needles, and as I was starting I thought it looked a bit gappy, and then I was like, oh, okay, I'll do 4.5mm needles, and then before I blocked it I measured it and I was like an inch off. So I undid my gauge swatch before blocking it, which was so silly. I should have just blocked it and trusted myself. So I re-knit it in 5mm needles, and it was too big, like way too big, like an inch too big. So if I just blocked my 4.5 gauge swatch, it would have been spot on. And because I worked out the maths, I knew that if I did it on 4.5mm needles it would be fine. But just to be safe, I did knit up another gauge swatch with 4.5mm needles, and like the size difference is laughable. I am using my new knitting needles. I got these for Christmas off my dad. I saw them on the needle store website for like 30 or 40% off, so I had to nab them. I've been obsessed with pink recently, if you can't tell by my hair, and I think they're just so gorgeous. I got the shorty set because I do prefer knitting with shorter knitting needles. I might invest in a longer set at some point, but I think I just prefer a shorter needle. I think it's just more versatile, and these have been amazing to knit sleeves on. I knit the one sleeve of my new normal jumper on these, and game changer. Love them, love them, love them. So I have 4 balls of Cascade 220 in the colour brown for this project. I think I'm going to need 2 more, so I've got that in my Wool Warehouse basket ready to go. I will probably purchase them next week because this is definitely not going to be enough. I'm making the crop version, so I should only need 1,193 meters of yarn, and I have 800, so 2 more balls should definitely cover me. I have 800 plus this little ball left from my gauge swatch, and I can always undo my bigger gauge swatch too because I'm not going to keep this. I do want to get like a cute little board all my swatches hang on, because I have quite a few now. I have so many, it's getting so exciting. I think that's everything. I'm so excited to cast this on. It's like, it's the most beautiful cardigan I've ever seen, and it's my first cardigan as well, so it's going to be a lot of new techniques in this, like the button band and the collar. I've never done any of that before, so let's just get started. So I've just finished the first section of the cardigan, and I think it's coming on so well. It kind of, is giving cardigan. I don't know what it is about these cables and this pattern, but I am absolutely so in love. I have saved so many cable cardigans to my Ravelry and have not cast any of them on because something just didn't quite feel right, and there's something about this one that I'm just so obsessed with, and the repetition of these cables and this pattern on the back, I just feel like it's so stunning. I am so excited to get this off my needles. Like, I want to rush this so bad, but I'm also trying to be mindful and take my time and actually enjoy the knit. I will say I was a little bit scared to follow this pattern. I have done a cable garment before. It was my second ever garment, and it was the heart chain sweater. I have a project vlog on that, and the chart's slightly different, which I expected because each knitwear designer probably does their charts differently. But this one, especially it not being in the round and being flat, I was like debating turn it into a steeking project, but I've never stoked. I've never steeked before, so I didn't want to do it on this garment and ruin it and mess it up somehow because it's so beautiful. And then I also don't know if working in the round might change your gauge for it, so I just stuck with doing it as a cardigan. I thought the chart was going to be hard to follow because if it's a purl on the right side, it shows as a purl on the wrong side row, which you have to knit, so I thought that was going to get really complicated, but it actually didn't. There was one bit on one of the cables on one of these sides at the front that had like a red circle around it, and I didn't know what that meant. I couldn't find anything about it in the pattern, so I just did it how I would normally do any of the other cables, and I don't know if I did that right, but is it in the front? Oh no, it's on the sleeve. I'm not sure if I did that right, but I think it looks, I don't see anything dodgy about it, so I think it's okay. Annoyingly, the clip of me working on this part of the cardigan cut short because I ran out of storage on my phone, which is really annoying, but yeah, you would have seen that I thought I made a mistake, but I didn't. And then later on, when it stopped recording, I did make a mistake and I forgot to increase somewhere, and then I had to go back and do it again. I think this has come along so nicely so far. This is probably all I'm going to do today unless I pick it up later tonight, because me and my boyfriend are having a gaming night. He bought me Animal Crossing for Christmas, so I've been completely obsessed and I have built my shop. So I just want to play that for the rest of the day, and he's going to play the Simpsons game because I bought that for him for his birthday and he's wanted it for ages. So yeah, a nice little cozy gaming day today. It has been 9 days since I last filmed a clip or updated for this. I am slacking, I've been feeling a bit shit, ill, not fun, cried my ear off, not discussing. But I have finished the second section and the next part is the split for sleeves. I have put this on my short needle. I'll insert the clip of me trying it on here. I was debating whether to keep going and knit in the bigger size, which is the size that's recommended for me, so the one that fits a 33-inch bust, which is what I am. But I think I'm going to knit the smaller size because it is quite a bit of positive ease. If I went for size 2, I think it would be very oversized. It's about 42 inches after blocking, and I think I kind of want a tighter fit. I think I'm going to go for the first size, which is a 39-inch measurement around the bust after blocking, which I think is more what I'm looking for because I want to wear it with like dresses and jeans, but I also don't want the sleeves to be too baggy. I was worried it was going to be a bit tight, but I think if I go with this size it'll be fine because once you block it, it like stretches out loads, so what I'm trying on probably isn't even really accurate to what it's going to look like. So, but it's a really nice knit and I'm really enjoying it. I just can't wait to be doing it mindlessly because obviously there's a lot of increases happening and I'm not 100% sure on the increases when they come up, whether it's going to be a purl or a knit. So yeah, I'm going to split the sleeves. I'm so excited. I love it so much. I think the colour is gorgeous. Right, let's go. So I've done about 5.5 twist things, so I've ended on like I've ended one with like a quarter left because the pattern is 20.5 inches in length and I want mine a little shorter. I don't know how ending on a non-complete repeat is going to go, so what I'm going to do is put a lifeline in this row, do the ribbing, and then if it doesn't look good, go back to the lifeline, and yeah. I'm sorry if the lighting is bad. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it is grey. I've got the lights on, but I don't think the lights are doing anything. So last time I updated you, I put this lifeline in the bottom of my cardigan because I wasn't sure if I was going to need to frog back to this point. I should have read through all the instructions before I started. I never do. It's a really bad habit, but you're meant to pick up stitches for the button band, and you're meant to have multiple of 16 stitches plus 7, but because I didn't finish this repeat, I was off. So what I've decided to do instead is do multiples of 15 plus 8, which is just what I happened to pick up. I tested it with 12, but then I was left with 12 at the bottom. So I've done 15, which is probably better, but I'm assuming these are where the buttonholes are going to go. Not exactly in these places, but like in multiples of 15. And then I picked up for the button band, and it took me probably most of last night and all of this morning up until we went to the gym to figure out how to do this button band, because I've never done one before, but it's looking quite good. I've got like the tiniest amount. Can you see that? I think it's coming along nicely, so I've just got to do the rest of this button band, which is probably going to take me a while, and then I can do the other side with the buttonholes and the collar. I haven't decided what I'm going to do for the sleeve, but I think I want to end at this point of a repeat just so it looks a bit more cohesive throughout the whole cardigan, but we'll see. Maybe I'll do a full one. I'm loving doing this button band. I think I kind of understand how double knitting works, and it's so cool. Like, how am I knitting on the front and back? Wild to me. But there is a tutorial linked for the button band, so that was very helpful. I ended up going on YouTube and finding one because I am silly and didn't read through the pattern and didn't realise there was a link, but yeah, I found one on YouTube. Both very handy. I've done a tubular cast off before, but usually I just cast off like your normal cast off with like pulling one over the other, but I decided I'm going to do a tubular cast off because obviously it's a cardigan and it needs to be a bit more stretchy, and I actually really like it. I never really liked them before. I just thought, oh, what was the point of doing it? But you know what, now I think it looks so clean and neat, so I may have been converted to doing tubular cast offs. I am going to continue knitting on this button band, and I will probably see you when it's time to do the collar or the sleeves. We'll see. I feel like the audio is going to be kind of shit because my mic is upstairs and I'm lazy, but lots of progress. Button band and buttonholes done. Collar done. I think it looks so cute. And I'm going to take the lifeline out now because I am happy with how it's turned out. So cute. I've just started the sleeve, so I'm a full repeat. Well, I've finished this repeat on the sleeves, and yeah, it's coming. It's so close to being done. I feel like I can smash it out in 2 days, but that might be me being optimistic. But yeah, it's so cute. Right, this is really hitting my knees, okay? Okay, so I've not been too great at updating this vlog. In the last clip, I'm pretty sure I said I could smash this out in 2 days. It is in fact 8 whole days later. It took me a week to do the sleeves. I could have done them faster, but honestly I didn't really want to. I didn't want to rush this knit. But it is completely done. I have put on just some jeans and a t-shirt so you could see it in its full glory. I haven't even looked in the mirror with this outfit on, so I don't know if it looks any good. Usually my jeans would sit about here, so the length is perfect. I should have put a belt on, but it is what it is. What's up? What do you want? Huh? So this is it pre-vlogging, and I will see you Wow, this outro is just not wanting to be filmed, is it? And that is my Wilde cardigan done. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and if you are knitting the Wilde cardigan, I hope you got some useful tips. I ended up using 5 balls of Cascade. I think if I finished the repeat down here, it definitely would have broken to the 6th ball. But I did do 2 gauge swatches and also a stockinette swatch, so maybe I would have not used it. Definitely, if you're making this size and this crop, buy 6 balls just to be on the safe side. I absolutely love making this pattern. I think the fit is gorgeous, the cables are stunning, and the pattern was super easy to follow. So I'm definitely going to be making a long version in a beige colour. Someone on Ravelry who I think test knit for this pattern did Drops Charisma with the Drops Flora, which I'm currently using for my port jacket by Ozetta. And I love that combination so much that I might use it for another one of these. But I also kind of like the idea of doing one with mohair. I might have said that already. I really enjoyed the knit. I think the colour is perfect. I love the deep chocolate brown, and I'm so glad I used it for this and not my Lakes pullover. I think it works out so much nicer in this. I think that's everything I want to say, so thank you again for watching this. I know it's been quite a long one and it's definitely been a process. Please like and subscribe and comment what you've been working on while you watch this video. If you made it to the end, thank you so much, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!